Hi, I'm Margarita, and I'd like to show you one of the projects from my newest book, Finish Almost Any Quilt with Quilt-as-you-go. Come on, let me show you. Okay, so I could just add black fabric all the way around it. That'd be fine. It'd be cute, but I'm not going to. I want each block to look something like this, and they can be different sizes, and we're going to talk about that. Right now, what I want to do is get wedges cut. Okay, so just like this is a wedge of the black, I need wedges to start with, just this edge and just this edge. These are square, so it doesn't matter, whichever, but opposite edges. And the wedges are going to look just about like they do here. You would not have this much showing, okay, but let's see if we can line that up a little bit better. So it would look about like that. This wedge here on the top, this one here on the bottom. All right, so I'll cut them and I'll show you that a little bit better. Right now I'm just kind of getting an idea for the general look, and I like it to play with. So let's get this cut at 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. And again, this doesn't have to be absolute perfection. You're just going to cut wonky wedges, and so you know they're going to get trimmed up, trimmed off, so don't be too particular. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just a horrible cutter, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to double check every time. Alright, and for right now, this is extra. So if I don't like how some of my wedges work, I've got a little bit of fabric to come back to. I usually leave that on my cutting mat so that I know that's my extra fabric and I can work with that. Now from here, I get to cut some wedges. And here's where the fun part comes. We're just going to wonkify these. And the angle you cut, you can even cut them straight if you want, or just slightly off. You can go way down. Just remember that this edge you are going to be sewing, so don't take it to the corner, all right? Give yourself no less than 3/4 of an inch. From there, you can work anywhere in between, okay? It's all just about having a good time. This is going to be a really, really fun quilt. I can't wait to see it finished and hanging on the wall. So here we go. Now that's a set of 4 pieces. I can do 2 squares with them. Okay, and because they're cut, if I keep them together like this, no matter what angle I used, if I used the matchup, okay, they're going to end up still being squares. All right, so keep your cut pieces together in that strip that you chose to cut them with, because you'll be adding them on in pairs. Okay, so that one was a pretty steep angle. Let's go a little bit less this time. That's an inch right there. Let's go an inch here, and let's bring that back about an inch or so. So not quite as stiff an angle this time. And remember, before we sash our squares, we're going to be playing with the layout a lot. So, probably a very lot. So you'll have all kinds of chances to play with how they look before you actually finish putting it all together to a quilt. And again, they don't have to be symmetrical either. This can be really small, and this can be quite a bit more. Let's try that. That sounds like that'll be pretty interesting. Okay, 2 more sets. Oh, I messed these up. Line them up. Probably should have pressed the fabric first, but we'll be pressing them when we add these bits on, because we'll need to set our seams. That looks pretty cool. And the last one, I've done a couple of them at pretty strong angles. I'm going to do this pretty medium. Not a lot of tilt here. How's that look? Okay. Now we get to sew them on. For each set of strips I cut, they were layered 4 thick. So there's 4 here, 4 here, and they match up like this. So I want to select 4 of my blocks to work with, set the rest aside, and then one at a time I'm going to add the strips. Now I'm going to add all on one side first, chain piecing, then I'm going to come back and add all on the other side, chain piecing as well. It's just a little bit faster. And we're matching the bias edge, the cut edge, to the side of our square or our block. So now this does not look like that. We want one of these. It's going to look like this. And this one is a really wonky one. So it's not perfectly square here, but basically you don't want your widest end here. Over on this end, you want your widest end towards the wider angle here. Now, if you don't like the way they are like this, choose another set that has, this has a very strong angle cut to it. Let's see if we can find one with a stronger angle. This one is. So, let's set these aside for now. And let's give these a try. First we'll put them back to square, or rectangle rather. Okay, just like that. Now that's a little bit better. Because this is such a sharp angle, this angle here is such a strong angle, this block works well with one that is also a strong angle on the cut. So I'm going to go with these. Match up my raw edges and just smooth them out. Make sure my threads are back here. I've got lots of fabric to start on too. That's always nice. I've got my squares all layered with their backing and their batting, and I'm ready to do the quilting now. One of the reasons I love these log cabins, wonky log cabins, whatever you want to call them, is that the way that they're made, it makes it very easy to quilt them. And let's find one that hopefully this is be pretty easy to follow. There's a center square, and there's always one strip that's the same width as the square. That's this orange and yellow one. So I'm going to start at this point. I'm just going to stitch in the ditch. I'm going to go around here, follow the square. Now I'm back to my start point. I'm not going to stop or break threads or anything. I'm going to come out here and go around and just go this way. Okay, I can go this way too and do the whole outer side without ever breaking the threads or stopping and tying on and off. I'm just going to be turning the block as I go, leaving the needle down at the corners, just lifting up the presser foot, turn the square around and keep right on going. So starting at the point where the center square meets its first piece that's the same width, right here around the square, and then over here going out this way along the next strip. I already did this one, going this way, okay? And if I want to do the very last one, out and follow all the way around the perimeter till I'm back to my end point right here, okay? So it's really fast, really, really easy. I'll do it with my walking foot. Feed dogs are up so that they're grabbing the fabric and moving it, and the walking foot is pushing on the fabric at the same time. I'm going to use my favorite clear polyester thread, which is made by Sulky, and I will have these all stitched in just an hour or two. One of the things I learned as I sewed my wedges on was it's a better idea to match up the size of the wedges on all four sides. Now here you can see this is a big difference. I mean, that's a big strong cut, a lot of difference there. And the matching piece on this side, same thing. But here, not so much of a contrast. Maybe from 2.5 inches down to 1.5 inches. Not as nearly as strong as this, which is almost 3 inches down to almost 1/2 inch. And that creates this gap. If I had matched this strong wedge with another stronger one here, it would have created more of a square design, like this. This is much better balanced, and because it is, not too many gaps on the edges here, so not too much to trim off. I'll be trimming off more because of this. I'll have to trim off more, and this will make a smaller square than this one would. Trimmed up, not very much coming off here to bring it back to square. And that's because these wedges are pretty well matched all the way around. So one thing to keep in mind when you're sewing on your wedges or when you're cutting them, you want to have matching cuts on your short pieces and your longer pieces. Yay! The blocks are done. Now, if you want to watch another project, I've got a playlist of the projects from my new book. If you want to find out more about the book, I've got a video about that. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Margarita, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to say, I haven't finished all my quilts yet. I just finished the ones I needed for that book. I still have a lot of projects left to do, and I'm done writing. So all the projects now are just going on video. I'll upload them as I work on them and as I finish them. So I invite you to come along with me on that process too.